I would lay awake at night thinking about the parents that couldn't afford private therapy and who were sitting on the wait list for years. I was imagining how hopeless that they must feel not being able to help their child.
Hopeless. It's how so many Nova Scotians feel as they wait for their child to be assessed for autism. There are 1,600 names on that list right now, and parents don't know what to do in the meantime. Haley LeBlanc wants to help with that. Let me introduce you to Haley and her 4-year-old son, Austin.
Say hi, I'm Austin.
Hi.
Yeah. Austin developed typically until about 1 year old, and then around 1, his language wasn't progressing further as you would expect. And we were swimming at the beach, and he was having a blast doing what I now know are like happy stims, like waving his arms, and vocal stims. He was screaming, having so much fun at the beach. And a mother came up to me and was like, does your son have autism? Because he reminds me of my son who has autism. And in that moment, I was like, my belly flipped. At that point in time, I went to our GP and then seen a pediatrician and then got the referral in to go see the IWK for a diagnosis. However, we're still on the wait list there. That was at about 18 months, so we're almost 2 years now.
Haley was able to get Austin diagnosed through a private practitioner. She pays thousands of dollars out of pocket for private therapies, and her health benefits only cover a small portion. But she knows not everyone has those resources. Enter the Play Club. Because sensory regulation is so important for kids with autism, Haley wants to open a sensory gym. She says it will be a lifeline for parents to access resources and to mingle with others who are having similar experiences.
My son has autism, but it's not just going to be a space for autism. It really is going to be a space that all children with disabilities can come and play and have access to. And so that's something I'm really excited to build too. Hi, Austin.
Right now, the Play Club is just a dream. Haley is a geologist, but she's taken a business course to help jumpstart her plan. She's getting feedback from the disability community and will soon start seeking investors. But those already in the field say the project highlights a dire need, a provincial autism strategy.
There are a lot of policy barriers, right, for families to even access services, whether they have a diagnosis or don't have a diagnosis. And those barriers really impact the quality of life of Nova Scotians on the spectrum and their families.
Cynthia Carroll says a provincial autism strategy would ensure there are supports for the entire lifespan of someone with autism, not just childhood, and include things like inclusive education practices and community supports. It would also make sure government departments are working together to support people with autism.
We see a lot of gaps still in all developmental ages and stages across the spectrum, and that really impacts long-term outcomes for individuals and families. Really, a strategy will help bring to light, what is working well, where do we need to improve, and where do we need to go next to ensure that all citizens are living a full life, including citizens on the autism spectrum.
An autism strategy is something that's close to Lisa Lachance's heart. The NDP MLA has an adult son with autism.
We had no early childhood intervention, and then it was really actually the elementary school years that were incredibly challenging. And now we have a young adult who's transitioning into the world. And so really it has to be across the lifespan. We need things that help people through all those transitional periods.
Lachance introduced a private members bill last year that would see the creation of a provincial autism strategy. The PC government has yet to commit to one. But Mental Health Minister Brian Comer did say recently that conversations with Autism Nova Scotia are ongoing, and a strategy isn't off the table. This is all happening on the eve of the federal government announcing its own autism strategy. And both Lachance and Carroll say the province needs to be ready for that. But Haley says she won't be waiting around.
This is something that needs to happen in our communities. So we'll do whatever it takes.
Ali Thompson, CBC News, Halifax.